Hey guys, it's Amber Athey from Unfit to Print, and we know that woke corporatism from Disney to Netflix has swept the US, and it's also infected our athletics. The NFL just hired its first transgender cheerleader pretending to be woke, while they have a whole host of players across the league who have been convicted of terrible crimes from domestic violence to manslaughter, to driving under the influence, and the list goes on and on. But I was really heartened to see this week that a few members of the Tampa Bay Rays Major League Baseball team opted out of wearing rainbow flag decals on their uniforms for Pride Night. Jason Adam was chosen by team officials to speak on behalf of this group of individuals who did not wear the rainbow flag decals, and he said that they were worried about wearing them because they didn't want to endorse an LGBTQ lifestyle due to their religious beliefs. And I want to read you guys the full statement from Jason Adam. A lot of it comes down to faith, so like a faith-based decision. So it's a hard decision because ultimately we all said what we want is them to know that they are all welcome and loved here. But when we put it on our bodies, I think a lot of guys decided that it's just a lifestyle that maybe we don't want to encourage if we believe in Jesus, who's encouraged us to live a lifestyle that would abstain from that behavior, just like he encourages me as a heterosexual male to abstain from sex outside of the confines of marriage. He went on to say it's not judgmental, it's not looking down, it's just that we believe the lifestyle he's encouraged us to live for our good. But again, we love these men and women, we care about them, and we want them to feel safe and welcome here. I definitely applaud these players for being willing to stand up. I'm sure that the backlash they have received has been insane. But look, I mean, if you're somebody who is religious and you don't endorse homosexual marriages, same-sex marriages, if you don't endorse an LGBT lifestyle, then you should absolutely have the right to abstain from wearing a pride decal. And when we look at the way Pride Month has manifested itself in our culture, there's been a lot of harmful aspects of that. We just saw a magazine called Fatherhood encouraging parents to take their kids to pride parades, even if they could see nude individuals. They're supposed to apparently explain to their kids before going to the pride parade that they could see nakedness. That is not normal. That is grooming. We don't tell our children that it's okay to see naked adults. We tell them that they should run the other direction when they see naked adults. They are encouraging children to let down their natural guard that their parents are teaching them to avoid being groomed or unfortunately molested. And then you also have parents who are taking their kids to drag queen shows and drag queen story hours, where drag queens are engaging in explicitly sexual behavior, and they're inviting kids up on stage to strip with them and collect money from adults. It's absolutely nuts. And then when we talk about the T part of LGBT, I mean, I wouldn't want to wear a pride patch because does that suggest that I endorse biological men playing in women's sports or going in women's locker rooms or women's bathrooms? Or telling people that they have to ignore the truth of biology and say that a biological man can be a woman. I mean, that's nonsense. So I don't think I would want to wear a pride patch now either. I feel pretty similarly to these players. I love everybody. I try to love everybody. But there are also certain things involved in the pride community that I don't support, frankly. And I wouldn't feel comfortable having a rainbow flag decal on my sports uniform either. But they're facing a ton of criticism. ESPN's Sarah Spain actually called them bigots for refusing to wear the gay pride flag. Go ahead and listen to what she had to say.
Pride is about inclusion, so you don't love them and you don't welcome them if you're not willing to wear the patch. And calling it a lifestyle reveals to me that you've done not even a modicum of research or understanding on this topic, which is what tends to happen when a privileged class isn't affected by things. This is not just about baseball. That religious exemption BS, which is used in sport and otherwise, also allows for people to be denied health care, jobs, apartments, children, prescriptions, all sorts of rights. And so we have to stop tiptoeing around it because we're trying to protect people who are trying to be bigoted from asking for them to be exempt from it when the very people that they are bigoted against are suffering the consequences.
I don't know what Tampa Bay Rays players wearing pride pins or pride flags has to do with gay people being denied healthcare or housing, but classic ESPN going full woke. And this has really swept its way across athletics from the NBA to the NFL, ever since Colin Kaepernick took a knee for the anthem, to the MLB pulling its all-star game out of Georgia over claims that the voter law that they had enacted was discriminatory towards Black people. And I think, these players and a lot of golfers are really the last sort of apolitical athletes, or maybe even conservative athletes. And so I applaud them. I think that there's a difference between loving everybody and, supporting the fact that gay people are born with a different sexuality versus supporting what happens during Pride in particular, and supporting Pride parades. And it should absolutely be their choice, whether religious or not, to have this pride flag emblazoned on their uniforms. So let me just give you their names, because I think obviously these people deserve to be applauded. So the names of the 5 players who did not wear the pride patches were Jason Adam, Jalen Beeks, Brooks Raleigh, Jeffrey Springs, and Ryan Thompson. Shout out to them. I'm an Orioles fan, but maybe if we aren't playing the Rays, I will cheer for these people in particular. We support you. Keep standing strong.